So Trump is basically putting the lives of federal judges that rule against him in danger. And you can kind of see this, the rhetoric that he uses when it comes to any judge that rules against him, whether it's a Bush appointed judge, an Obama appointed judge, or even a Trump appointed judge. If they rule against him, his immediate, just like, knee-jerk reaction is to call them radical far-left judges, among other things, calling for their impeachment, and just a lot of attacks. Okay, and that puts these judges who are supposed to be mainly kind of like apolitical and just trying to judge based on the law, that puts them in a lot of danger and a lot of threats towards these people when you're using this kind of rhetoric. Now, before you say, oh, you call Trump a Nazi, you call Trump and them fascists and Nazis all the time, there's actually a ton of evidence and truth to support that. If you'd like me to lay it out for you, I can. But there is no there's no evidence that any of these judges are far left radical lunatics just because they ruled against you. Like shit like, hey, that person you deported that had a legal status here, no criminal record or charges against him, that person you deported to CECOT, you need to bring him back. Oh, far left, radical left, lunatic judge. It's not comparable. So I will continue to call Trump and his administration fascists and Nazis every day, all day, because I can actually back it up. All right. That's all I'm going to say. I can't say much more than that without getting in trouble. A trio of federal judges on Thursday offered a blistering assessment of the Trump administration's attack on the judiciary, with one comparing them to the behavior of authoritarian regimes. Judge Margaret McKeown, a senior judge on the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, said she is particularly troubled by the calls to impeach judges for their rulings, a punishment that President Donald Trump and some members of Congress have suggested. If threatening to impeach a judge because they ruled against you, that is fascist. That is inherently fascist and authoritarian. Jesus Christ, man. When I read that, I think, what is this? Is this Turkey? That's hilarious. Is this Hungary? Is this Poland? Said McKeown, speaking at an American Bar Association conference on white-collar crime. No, it's the United States where these impeachment calls are coming out, she said, adding that the tactic is a pure political play, but I think it is a dangerous one. McKeown, an appointee of President Bill Clinton, or according to Donald Trump, a far-left radical lunatic, communist, if you will, and skewered top executives in the administration for undermining public confidence in the courts. We have seen the criticism, the rhetoric, the personal attacks to the degree that we've never seen before, she said. I think it affects the public trust in the courts, and to me, the public trust in the judiciary is what has distinguished the American system, and that is really what is being put at risk. I think lawyers from all sides are being careful, she added, and they're entitled to a certain amount of rhetoric in the courtroom, but when it comes from top executives, when it comes from Congress, and then when it is magnified on the internet, we are in an era that we've never been in. The panel of judges, which also includes U.S. District Judges Andre Barati Jr. of the Central District of California, Richard F. Boulware II of the District of Nevada, said they were heartened by recent examples of grand juries declining to indict in politically charged prosecutions Trump has demanded, including a case against New York Attorney General Letitia James. In some ways, one might say the process is working. Baroti, an appointee of President Barack Obama, said, we all know the adage, a grand jury will indict a ham sandwich, blah, 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 but maybe not. And that's a good thing. And Trump is showing that grand juries actually don't indict everyone. Actually, you can put cases in front of them that are so politically motivated and so there's so much bullshit behind that even a grand jury is going to look at it and be like, excuse you? Beware also was an Obama appointee, warned of the rise of threats against judges, saying he testified last week at the sentencing of a woman convicted of cyber-stalking him and his family. He also disclosed that hours after he spoke out about the threats at a prior year's conference, an unsolicited pizza delivery arrived at his home, an intimidation tactic that is used to indicate the sender knows the recipient's address. Without naming the Trump administration, all three judges suggested its heated rhetoric has contributed to increased threats. Take the gloves off. Name drop. Don't fucking beat around the bush now. Like, he is directly threatening you. Like, come on. Don't like our opinion? Fine. Not only can you appeal the opinion, but you can publicly criticize, and there's really nothing with that, no matter whether it's somebody in the government or a private individual. But I think when it rises to the level of a threat, and when we see the burden and the impact of the threat, it's the old sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never harm you. That's not really true right now. Words have been really used as a weapon against the judiciary. So there's a lot of facets to this. Like, not only are you putting the individual judges and their families in danger, you're also jeopardizing the entire U.S. legal system. You are undermining the legal system and calling these judges radical far-left lunatics, calling for their impeachments. What? Because they rule against you? Could you imagine if when this is like either a Bush or a Trump-appointed judge had blocked Biden's student loan relief? Could you imagine if Biden came out and said, yeah, you know what? This guy's a radical right Nazi, and he should be impeached. And then Democrats in Congress started writing bills and actually bringing impeachment proceedings. Even if they failed, they're still trying. Do you not see the problem here? Do you not see the problem here? But conservatives, Republicans alike, they do not know how to apply principles evenly and just they don't know what principles are. Okay, what do you want me to say? So this just kind of rhetoric is dangerous for not only the individual judges themselves, but it is also very dangerous for this entire country. And what is kind of like the last thing holding us back from absolute authoritarianism, which is the courts. And Trump continuously and Republicans continuously every day keep trying to undermine the courts and just... yeah, it's ugly, man. And yikes. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next one. If you made it to this point in the video, I just want to give a special thank you. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button down below. And if you really enjoyed it, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button while you're down there. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I will try to reply to any and all comments that I can. Until next time, watch that video on screen.